But no, thank you. I'll let you try it. Actually, I'm not drinking my beer anymore.
No, Unity was terrible because I still haven't played it since when.
You purposely dropped that. You had clear hold of that.
Yeah, that's funny.
See, that would have worked. You, right when you hit your hand, it was still good, and then you dropped it.
Yeah. That's what I do to my friends all the time. Like, if you hand them, like, if you're like knock something out of your hand, pick it up, give it back to them. Right when you give it back, you just knock it back out, and then walk away like it's twice. And they're just like,
Really?
what a dick! And they're so mad. I'm like, it's alright. I'm getting used to it. You know who I is.
And welcome YouTube to Let's Talk. Here with.
No, really? We're doing this. Its intro's already scrapped.
God damn it!
Hi, I'm Joe, and this is Fuckface. And then this is Fuckface's older brother.
Yeah.
Fuckface Senior.
Ew. I mean, Dad.
Yep.
Hi, YouTube.
That
We'll
is
try
the
this again.
gayest hand
Oh,
opening. Who the fuck waves like that?
Anyways.
Are you auditioning for Miss America? Like, fucking wave is that shit?
Hi,
I gotta
you
practice!
This is.
Hey!
It's a friendly opener. Hi, guys. Fucking welcome to
I don't
Let's
think
Talk.
Kaz is a hero. I just don't think Kaz is a hero. Hey, kid.
Dude, Einhorn is Finkel.
Finkel is Einhorn. I'm not even gonna
What
continue
the fuck
with
does that
that.
even mean?
No.
Ace Ventura, did you see it?
Yeah,
Detective?
yeah,
The
way back in
original.
the day, right?
Yes,
yeah,
with
right.
fucking.
Where he pulls up her
what's
dress and the fucking dick is just tucked up?
No, he
Oh,
didn't,
yeah.
he didn't
Yeah.
pull the dress up. He pulled the dress off.
Like a glove!
Like a glue.
You must be the Monopoly guy.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Like Ace Ventura, like the first one's okay, but I definitely like the second one.
Second
When they
one
make fun of Cliffhanger too, right? Like he's got the raccoon and he's trying to get him, but he lets go, which
No, and he's in the
cliffhanger.
institute.
is yeah. And then he's in the
Because
thing.
No, the monastery. Because
Yeah, he's in there.
It's like,
there is one thing I must do before I do go.
Hey, how's it going? Welcome. Here we are in the Let's Talk. Obviously, this right here is Kaz. The guy's leading it, but I swear to Jesus Christ. Fucking just, I want you to blur your hand the whole time so people just think you're flipping them off. Just do that for me. Peyton here. Me, Joe, Optimus Prime, whatever you want to call me. Stuff like that. So we're doing a Let's Talk today. A lot of new games that just came out. A lot of new games that are coming out.
And movies.
Movies. We'll set movies off to the side. Because
After
again,
games.
I just don't care about movies as much.
What?
I would rather spend $60 to have a game that entertains me. I would rather spend $60 on a Call of Duty game than $20 on a movie. To be perfectly honest. Like, I just do not find the value out of movies like I used to back in the day. $20 for a movie ticket, I think, is outrageous for just like an hour and 30 minutes of the same movie that was made like 30 years ago.
No, not even close.
It always is, though.
But we'll get to that after.
Anyways.
That's in topics.
Movies will be last. We'll reference it, but stuff like that. So let's just go ahead and talk about, I guess, what came out recently.
We got Halo 5.
Halo 5 came out.
Blops.
Blots came out Friday. Yes, today.
It's not out yet, but 4 days till Fallout 4.
And Tomb Raider.
Well, when does Tomb Raider come out?
Same day.
Same day?
Tuesday. Yep. The 10th.
That's
Right, that's the 10th, right?
Well,
That's the
9th. Midnight release.
Midnight release, yeah.
Well,
Which,
10 o'clock release here.
yeah.
Battlefront.
Battlefront later. And then we'll
17.
talk about the movie then. We'll tie in Battlefront. That's probably our good segue into movies in general then after that. We'll segue into that.
Music. Fucking, it's all shit now.
There's not any good music. Have you bought an album recently?
Yes.
No.
What?
Fucking Dust Till Dawn by Breaking Benjamin.
Alright, I would buy an album for Breaking Benjamin. They
The album
dropped a
was
new
pretty
album?
Yeah.
See, I thought that... Okay.
We would be playing it, but we're on YouTube.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, you weren't playing it. You were playing Chevelle.
Hey,
Must I suffocate? Anyway, so let's go ahead and talk about the first game that came out 2 weeks ago.
Halo
5. I've played it. I just dropped $750 on it.
Well, no. Let's rephrase that. You dropped $750 on a console and the collectors.
So he really...
So you bought the game twice.
Really
I did buy the
bought-
game twice.
He put like $670 on the console and then $80 for the game.
Well, no. It was $4.99 for the console, right?
Yeah, $500 for the console.
Right, and then $175.
$250 for that collector's edition.
See, I don't think it was worth $250.
Have you seen that?
Yes, I've seen
It's
it.
fucking one of the best statues I've ever bought in my entire life, and I bought a lot of fucking statues.
Better than Alduin?
Yes.
Well,
Better than a mini nuke
Yes.
that actually makes noise?
Yes.
That was $50.
I know.
Way underpriced.
Yeah, I know. Which I keep telling the Storm Age GameStop, I'm like, hey, you call me when it drops a little bit more, because I'll buy it. I'm not gonna play. I do not have time to play all those whole Fallout games, unfortunately. But just
They're fantastic, though.
they're fantastic, right? But the problem is those. Unless I find an occasion for it, and if my streaming gets bigger, I'm still trying to play it. And so the only way to really build followers is playing the hot new games that come out and playing a lot of them. Which is
but then
great.
at the same time, you can get all the nostalgics.
Right.
Like,
Or you
there
could
are
just
all
do-
kinds of people streaming N64 games, the old PC
but
games.
they're the most popular, and they have the viewers who want to watch it, which is a small amount. More people. But yeah. So have you guys played Halo 5 yet?
Yes.
So you played the multiplayer?
No.
No,
Have you played
unfortunately.
the campaign?
Yes.
Have you beat the campaign?
Yes.
How did you guys? Okay, so again, trying to refrain from.
Spoilers.
Do we want to do
Spoiler
spoilers?
alert, this big
Wait,
text
hold on.
right here.
Would
2
you do
weeks.
spoiler alert?
It's been 2 weeks.
2 weeks is fine for spoilers.
It's been 2
Okay.
weeks. It's
2
a hot
weeks
new
is good.
game. At this point, if you haven't played it, fucking wait.
It's on you.
We'll put an annotation to where you can skip ahead of it, but we're going to get into it.
All right, we'll do it, and then at the end, let's do like just an overall how we feel about the game.
Well, yeah, we'll do that for all.
All right, perfect. Yeah.
Since
So
we're really just
for
getting
me,
into it.
I will just write off and say, like the campaign, like the story, but didn't love it. In fact, I think it was my least favorite storyline out of all the Halos I've ever played.
I think that it was because there was a lack of Chief.
And that's what it is. It's a lack of Chief. Well, like, okay, so the commercials made you think, like, first off,
The
Master Chief never died. Fake died.
The commercials were like completely misleading.
Which made it...
That was the point of them. Was to make everyone think that Chief had done something wrong. So when the game came out, everyone's like, "Well, this is
But
nothing like what
they just spent all kinds of marketing on something that people
No.
are going to get and now are disappointed because these trailers
it
are
wasn't
like,
to disappoint them.
this isn't what I was
It was to
expecting.
get them interested into why it happened, and then the actual game explained that this is what's actually going on.
But, like, what I don't understand, though, the commercials made it look like Locke and Chief had a huge fight. Remember, like, one of the first ones they came out with, which was either or. Right, and then either Locke was about to die by Chief, or Chief was about to die by Locke. Literally, it let all of that up except for one thing until and then the campaign did have a confrontation between Locke and Chief, and it was literally just like a bro brawl more than anything else. It was like a bro brawl, which of course Chief was going to win, right? But they still had to make Locke look like a badass, or Locke. They had to make him look like a little bit of a badass and break his visor because he's a badass apparently. Enough to do it, and then that's what I was shocked. But like for me, like again, I like the story. Did I think did I tell you guys how I felt like Cortana was still alive, and that she would be controlling or at least be part of the Promethean stuff? I knew that. I was actually not shocked by it. I called that dead on. What I was shocked about is because I thought she would still be rampant, controlling them. That she would want to kill humanity, but because she was just fucking crazy. And granted, she was crazy, right? Because later you find out, right? So beginning of it, right? You find out Cortana's alive, which okay, figures, right? And the Chief goes on. The whole point that they wanted to bring Chief in was that he was like, I'm gonna go find Cortana, and then they're like, hey, you're not supposed to do that, right? And then they send Locke after them, and the Locke's like, meh, I'll bring him in, right? But like, it's whatever, right? And then you find out from Cortana, right? Because Cortana's trying to bring Chief on her side the whole time. Because the only person she ever liked, I guess human-wise, was Chief. She only wanted Chief to be on her
and his
side.
team, though.
No, it was mostly Chief.
Well, they would, but of course they would go. But literally, the only reason why they were there and why she wanted to bring them is so they can make sense as 4-player co-op.
Yeah.
You know, if it's the other Halos, I promise you they would not. If it was okay to do a 4-player co-op where everybody was Chief, they would not have been a part of that. But the fact that they wanted it to feel like you were your own Spartan, that's why they added him in the background. But really, it was the main focus on Chief. They're just there, and of course they would come. But but like her thing though is like she wanted to control humanity, not give them free will, right? She
Well, it
wanted to
wasn't
get
more
it
of
right.
control. It was more of she wanted a police state,
Well, AKA
Like-
control them though, like literally
Right, like-
Nazi them.
which is what the Forerunners actually did. That's what the Guardians were for, and it was explained. But
Yep.
the fact that they kind of just jumped into this whole thing with the Guardians and was like, okay, why am I just now finding out towards the end of the game that they were technically like control modules for lower level planets? It's like kind of something that you could have expanded on
Right.
when you first saw the Guardians.
Yes. If you guys never read the book, you guys had no idea who those 4 Spartans, the other 3 Spartans were.
Nice.
Well, if you've never read them.
Yeah, if you've never.
If you
I've
read it,
both.
you had no
Yes.
right. But so that's what I'm saying. Is it never explains
Yeah.
who Linda is.
Well, did they explain it? Well, this is my thing. Because I didn't finish all the Spartan Op missions. In Spartan Ops, did they explain
My whole
how... Well, I know Halsey lost her arm in Spartan Ops, but how Buck became a Spartan,
No.
how
Nope.
fucking Kelly and Fred and everyone came back.
Well,
That-
Kelly, Fred, and Linda came back. If you read
The
First
books.
Strike,
Yeah, Linda.
they came back with Halsey at the same time.
They did. Linda didn't come back from Halsey. Linda came back from Chief. Chief found her. So what happened was the last mission Chief did before they transported towards the Halo ring was Chief and Linda were on a Covenant ship. All the other Spartans died except for her, but she was hurt.
I thought she left with Halsey into like the underneath of Reach though.
No, that was the other guys. Linda was the one that Master Chief was with the mission with in space, mortally wounded, so he froze her in the time capsule. Then when they got to Halo and they were going to crash, Keyes launched all the frozen cryogenic pods out. And then after the end of First Strike, he finds her and he grabs her thing. But then later in the book, so even the books don't even explain that what happens after her. She's never mentioned again. So you assume between Halo 1 and Halo 2, when he finally gets to Earth, he just brings her frozen body, her cryogenic body to the hospital there on Earth. Then they heal her, and then she's probably just on Halo 2 and 3 because she's been healing the whole time. That's my assumption. Obviously, the other ones were with palsy, right, the whole time.
Yeah.
So that's why we didn't see her for a while until later, towards Halo 4. But again, they didn't mention that. There's still no books about that, really.
Well, yeah. Well, that's because
You have to assume
Bungie
it.
was like the books don't exist.
Right.
But now 343 is like
The
no,
books
we
are
like
books.
the
like
books
the
are fine.
Right.
So we're gonna bring them in.
Yeah.
But they didn't do any background to it, which is why they're doing Fall of Reach. I think that's why they did the miniseries because
Yeah.
they bring in the blue team and green team and red team and yellow team, who all die except for blue team.
So for
Well,
the two.
yeah, the only ones who matter apparently. But I would still like to know how is Buck a Spartan?
Right, because he's from Halo ODST.
Right.
Halo 3
And
ODST. And they
Halo Reach.
explain it. You have to read it. You literally just have to read. And the reason why how he becomes a Spartan literally is, oh, you did a great job. We're looking to take trained
best.
soldiers, the best of the best, and make you into Spartans. And then they're like, all right, who's candidates? Buck, because if
He
you
survived Reach.
played Halo 3 ODST and stuff like that, Halo 3 ODST took place in between Halo 2 and Halo 3.
Yeah, but he also survived Reach.
He did
Which,
survive Reach.
In Halo Reach, on Legendary, when you're flying the the Hornets, there is a specific cut where you save his team.
Yep.
And that explains how he got out, even though Halo Reach doesn't exist because it's not canon anymore.
Yeah.
Because Spartan 3s did not exist when Spartan 2s were around.
Yeah, exactly. Which is weird. And then, but so that's how he survived. And then, and then he led. And again, if you play Halo 3 ODST, there's no Spartans on Earth, right? But
No,
they
well,
dominated.
except for
No,
Chief.
Chief's not there yet.
Remember, he gets teleported, but not.
Oh, that's right. It's directly at the opening scene.
It's so
he's
confusing.
there.
I don't like
The
that they call
opening
it Halo
scene,
3.
he's on
The ship.
he just landed on the ship and they're going to the slipstream.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Halo.
there
It
are
takes
Spartans
place-
on Earth for like a split second.
One Spartan.
One Spartan.
How do we know?
Well, yeah, then again, Linda and Fred and Kelly could be on Earth.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
What I don't like, though, is why do they call it Halo 3 ODST? Why not just Halo ODST? That would make more sense, because technically it takes place not during Halo 3 at all.
Between
Yeah,
2
it
and
does.
3.
It takes,
No, it takes
no,
place
no,
between
during 2. Because
Between
remember when
2 and
Master
3.
Chief and Captain
that's right, that
and
was
they
on
get
2.
on up and then they launch out
Well,
Earth.
no. You know why? It's because at the end of ODST, they start glassing the planet. And by the time they start glassing the planet, Chief is back on Earth.
Okay.
So that whole Halo 2 spin when you're on Halo takes place in a matter of 6 hours on Earth. because it's a different fucking
well,
rotation.
It's because technically now because they did a piss poor job at editing. It took weeks for like the whole game. It was like weeks or something like that. It was not because like they didn't do a very good job at explaining time wise.
Yeah,
but
because it felt like it was
ODST
just one night.
Like it was just one night, but it's supposed to be over like quite some time. But you're right, like and it just feels like he's back out.
So
of
really,
nowhere.
when he's like in the loops of watching other people, it's taking an entire 12-hour period.
So
he's just standing there with the helmet for 12 hours, like
this.
I wonder what happened.
Flashback.
But then again, technically, people who live in space, they're in a different time.
Yeah.
So technically, so it is. So it's a fact. But the problem is, so the people on Earth, it's science, right? But then even still, that means the time on Earth goes quicker than the time on space. What's a theory?
Yeah, theory. Unproven.
No,
but
theory of gravity proven.
No, it's still a theory.
Yeah, but it's a theory that's been proven. You can't disprove gravity.
Yes, you can.
It's called helium.
Yeah.
It's called nitrogen. Ask the Nazis. Ask them how
hydrogen. Hydrogen
ask
is
how well that
lighter
worked
than
for
air.
It is.
Therefore, it can
It
ride on top of air. It does not defy
ask anybody
gravity.
who listens to Wicked the musical, because they defy gravity. Defying gravity. Anyways, so like, forego like just the time stuff like in the spam of that, but so like he's top of the line, so pick him. Do you know where Locke is from? Do you know what? Okay, so this is the craziest story about Locke, right?
Was it in your collector's edition?
No, it's just background story in general. So Locke.
You watched Nightfall?
Yeah, did you?
Yeah, I watched.
Okay.
Well, no, I watched the first 2 episodes.
Well, even before.
I didn't finish it.
Do you know what he was before? Because you know he wasn't always part of Oni or in the UNSC. He was actually a rebel. He was. He actually fought against. He fought against them like crazy. And in fact, there was one mission. I can't remember what mission is that Master Chief like just comes in, and I think it might be one of the missions in the book. I can't remember. Comes in and just destroys his place.
Oh, that's probably the first mission they were on after they became Spartan 2s.
Right after. Yeah, I think it might be that. I can't remember if that's it for sure. I didn't do enough research, so just hypothetically. But anyways, regardless of if it was in the book or not, literally about how he just... And so that's supposed to be like literally the quote-unquote animosity towards him to not like Chief. Right off the bat. 2 reasons. 1 is because he never liked Oni. 2, because the reason why his rebel group lost single-handedly was because Chief just came in and was like, BAM! BAM! And just punched everybody in the goddamn face. It was like, blow the planet up! Right? And then so the reason... So they captured him. And then, you know, the typical, like, cheesy storyline of, like, oh, you're dead, or you're good at being a military, so you got 2 options. You can go to prison, or you can work for us, kind of a thing, right? And then
but you're working in a group that doesn't exist.
Right.
So you're expendable.
So he's like, okay, I guess I'll do it. So he joined the military out of force, right? And then the Covenant attack. So then it's not necessarily like, all right, so rebels still kind of exist, but really, like, rebels are like, well, we got 2 options. We can either join humanity and know we're not getting eaten by them, or we can join the Covenant and just get glass because they're going to kill us regardless. So, options, right? So they just joined humanity because of it. So Locke is part of the military. Then that's where the TV show comes in to play. Nightfall. And then after succeeding so well at the Nightfall, they're like, you should come and be a Spartan. And then the other 2 have background stories on the cards in the Covenant, in the collector's edition of like what they were, and they're just top of the line military people. They're like, you come be Spartan. So that's how they become Spartans. Just that's like, oh, you're good at your job.
That's
and
how all
here.
Spartan were, though.
Yeah.
Except they're like the best of anyone they pick.
The military, yeah. Now this is why I still think, and again, Paul Zane and everybody else, I still think taking them when they were a kid and just training them to be soldiers of war. That's why Spartan 2 is the best Spartans there ever was.
Well, and it's a different medical procedure as well.
Hugely. Yeah. That's why they're bigger.
Yeah.
They're significantly still bigger than the Spartan Force.
Like half a foot.
They're huge. They weigh more. They're stronger. They're faster. If literally they would still out-army everybody. But the problem is they still hadn't perfected it to get that big, to do that well. If you know what I mean. Like, they couldn't...
There was a high mortality rate.
Yeah. Right. Or, like, huge deformities, and then the huge psychosis problem after that. And that's why, like, again, like, reading the first book is crazy. You learn a lot.
You also learn that Oni approved the Spartan 2s. And then after everything happened, Oni's like, Whoa, that wasn't us. Palsy, you're terrible.
Palsy, you're an awful person. But that's totally
That's
acceptable. That's normal government
We do
shit.
that shit,
Yeah,
yeah.
we do it. So and that plays in, right? So Palsy, everyone's like, when did they lose her hand? I'm like, would you not play Spartan Ops? I'm like, she lost her hand because they chopped it off because they're like, you're still a prisoner. Because, Palsy's still a smart ass.
She's still a prisoner.
And she acted like, and she was technically, but she acted like she was in charge. And it pissed the Covenant off.
Well,
Odama, yeah.
Yeah,
he
pissed
wasn't
Odama off.
Technically Covenant.
Obama. Well, he's whatever he is, okay? Pissed him off because she wasn't acting like she was a prisoner of war. She was acting like she fucking controlled him. So that pissed him off. So he's trying to swing his big-ass alien dick around, or however many they have, and chopped her arm off. Simply just because he's like, fuck you!
Yeah.
So that's why her arm is missing there. So the
In
story...
a nutshell.
I did not like fighting the same boss 3 times in increasing increments.
Oh man,
The
warden was great. No, it wasn't.
It was not fun at all. I don't like shooting things in the back.
His first encounter of him, you're like, what the fuck is this? A boss fight in Halo?
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
like,
because I was like, when we were playing, I was like, what the fuck is this? A boss fight?
yeah, and then you sit there and you're like, you try to figure out what you're doing. And I was playing it on heroic on the first playthrough, not legendary.
Well, the boss fights in Halo were either in Halo 2 was the
Scarab.
First time it was the Scarab. Second time it was.
Well, technically that's a boss fight. I guess you can count it as a boss fight.
It was Tartarus. That was it. That was the only.
Yeah,
one.
those are
Yeah.
And Tartarus, you could fucking just sit on the thing that floats around
and just shoot him. But they're trying to make it different, and I actually don't mind boss fights. I like boss fights.
Oh no! And then there was the Prophet.
The Prophet fought.
Oh yeah, that was a pain in the
But it
ass.
wasn't really a fight. It was you jump on him and punch him, and then
You
walk
win.
away.
Yeah.
Win. Bam. Win. I literally when I beat it on Halo 4 by doing that, I was like, oh, that happened that fast. Well, technically, it was a boss fight too. And if you account, which one was it? Was it Regret that you caught up to and punched in the face? You jump on top of him and just like,
In
pow,
4?
pow, pow. No,
Four?
2.
No, in 2.
Wasn't there a
Two was on
prophet
Delta
fight in
Halo.
4?
There were no prophets in Halo 4.
Yeah, it was Regret. They let him die.
You know.
Oh, yeah, that's
You
right.
know, there's no prophets in Halo 4 because if you read the graphic novel,
They're dead.
just a regular dude just went in with a tracking beacon on Truth, and they just fucking sent a Macron down on his ship and just obliterated him.
Yeah, they literally he just truth.
Yeah, no, I didn't read the graphic novel, but I did watch the that Halo Legacy. With all
None
those-
of that exists. None of that was good.
No, not
No.
Spartan Elite.
Spartan LE 1337.
Yeah, Spartan Elite. That was so great.
Hey, look at that. It's the junky old robot they found.
I am not some junky robot. Even if you don't want to know, I'll tell you who I am. I am one of the strongest warriors in space. I am Spartan! 1337.
I wouldn't stand there if I were you.
It's not very safe.
How dare they ignore my awesome heroism? Fear not! I am the strongest warrior in the... Fine, it's just a few dance.
I was just giving just the Japanese people.
It was just the Game one, and that's why they
better.
brought another Asian back in the new one. But it's a female Asian too.
Diversity. That's why they locked.
Did you guys be on Legendary?
I have not.
Okay.
What did we get through? 4 levels, and I did 3 on my own. So
Okay.
fucking this one is a pain compared to 4.
You're so
Compared
squishy.
to 4, compared to 1, it's still a joke. 1 is the worst to play on Legendary.
I would rather
Yeah.
play. No, this one's.
I'll
way
play
worse than
1 on Legendary. But
1 on Legendary with the
4
flood.
is ridiculous. This one, beyond ridiculous.
The issue is though, and the problem is, you have a better chance of succeeding in 4. I'm sorry, in 5 than in 1, because you can be brought back to life.
Yeah, because you have AI.
But
AI is...
how fast you go down is ridiculous.
Yeah.
You cannot take a hit at all by anybody. You get killed by grunts, and that irritates me.
You're
You can
squishy as
you can
shit.
get punched by a grunt and die.
In
Yep.
Halo 5, and you get downed. By
Like,
the
they
way,
gave all the enemies melee. which is-
everybody melee.
Except for the crawlers.
And I don't like feeling weak. I feel weak. I would rather have the no revives and no pickups, and be able to take more damage than taking damage, or than taking less damage and going down but being revived. Because I don't feel
Yeah,
like
it
a
was
Spartan.
like, if it was like Reach. Reach was
Yes.
no pickups, you just
Yeah,
died.
you were just there and dead.
And it was difficult, but you could, if you were smart and patient, you could win. This one, it doesn't matter how smart patient you are because it's AI's laser beams, number one. And and I feel like my AI partners get dumber and dumber.
As the difficulty goes on.
As the difficulty goes up. And I don't like that.
Yeah, we were doing... we were trying to do the... Push the... hunters off the edge.
Push the hunters off the ledge on Legendary.
The Battle of...
St. Healy.
It wasn't St. Healy.
We
That's
were.
not the name of the place, but it was on St. Healy.
Yeah.
And we were doing it on Heroic. And there was a point where I went down...
No, we were on Legendary.
No, we were on Heroic because we were just on the Heroic playthrough. And I was sitting there calling Buck over, and Buck stopped in the middle of the platform and just stood there. Didn't come over, just stood there, and then the hunter just meleeed him and he died. And I was like, really? You're just going to stand there and do nothing, not even walk over?
And what pisses me off, too, is that no matter which difficulty you're on, if you tell them to pick up a weapon, they don't use it.
Well, they don't pick up the heavy weapons.
Yeah, they do.
The strong weapons, they don't. They leave those for you.
They can pick the rocket launcher up.
Yeah, you can tell them to pick up the rocket launcher, the Spartan laser,
They
any
won't
of
pick
them.
up swords. They
Nope.
will not pick up Spartan lasers.
Yes,
That's
they
'cause
will pick up Spartan
They
lasers.
can't handle the sword though because they're too dumb. They specifically didn't have it because if you think about it, that means they have to run up to a bad guy and melee it. If you really think about it, do you really want your guy to
They
use
also
his
won't pick
sword?
up drop turrets.
And then they won't pick up Promethean
that is
rocket
cool.
launcher, aka the Spartan laser / rocket launcher, whatever thing they call it, the Promethean.
Incineration cannon.
Yeah, I like the old one better. Halo
Yeah,
4.
because there's no charge up. It's just boom, and it's exactly what it.
It's so
what
cool,
It is.
and it explodes, and then fire shoots out. Like it was way cooler in the Halo 4 than Halo 5, which was like charge. I didn't like it.
Then the binary rifle. On Halo
Oh yeah, but we never finished about the boss. So like, I
yeah.
don't like the boss. I don't like increments.
Well, you don't have to shoot him in the back.
You know.
You don't, but like then you might as well. And legendary, you have to.
Yeah, legendary.
Because you just run out of ammo. Then you're gonna shoot him bolt casters. If you're lucky to find them.
Yeah.
Or you get the auto rifle thing, and again, you're so goddamn squishy.
His death ball is the worst thing ever.
I hate it.
Tracking, and if you get touched by it or explodes next to you, you're instantly dead.
Instantly dead. I don't, and then like the thing about it too is like, his boss fight is meant for 4 players, and I get that. Where one player is supposed to get aggro.
Yeah.
Other players shoot. You break off into 2 teams of 2.
Like Golgoroth.
Right. That go. 2 teams of 2, right? And then you shoot him in the back. But even still, that's fine.
It's amazing how these two games are tying together.
Why am I playing it one time, then another time with 2 of them, and the last time with 3 of them? Why is it the exact same one? Why am I not like, the Halo 4 ending was so much fun when you're flying that Pelican.
Oh, it wasn't a Pelican, it was the,
Yeah, it wasn't. It was the.
You're not flying a Pelican.
No, not in
The Halo 4.
No.
It's not a Pelican.
Not the not the helicopter thing.
The Hornet? No. It's
Yeah,
not
not
a
the
Hornet
Hornet.
or a
No,
Pelican. It's
it
like the same thing that they flew in the second mission.
Okay. Whatever it was,
I'll look
that
it
was
The saber?
fun.
I'll look it up.
Longbow.
It was not a longbow.
No, because longbows are the wide ones.
That was
Those are your
the end
bombers.
of Halo 1.
Yeah.
And those are your bombers.
Well, but then again, they had longbows in 4. Yeah. You know what I'm also not understanding?
Yeah.
How every game, including this one, why do all of the enemies certainly just change appearance all the time?
What do you mean about change appearance?
Like, if you go and you look at the grunts, they are completely different than Halo 4. Completely. All of their oxygen tanks, their gas masks, their hands have got all kinds of different stuff going on with them. They're just completely
More
different.
details of what they want them to look like. Like, the Elites got smaller.
Ship run, Halo 4. Broadsword. Broadsword. Don't know why they changed from Halo 1 broadsword looking to this one. But
Because apparently every game they change the way everything looks.
Well, the sword's always been the same. Wait, are you talking about, like, what sword are you talking about?
no, the broadsword.
The broadsword, the ship.
The ship.
Same ship from Halo 1.
That's
Technically.
what he flies away in his broadsword.
I know, hold on. And this isn't Face of Confusion, this is Face of about to sneeze.
Same thing you fly in Halo Reach.
Yep, except looks completely different.
Well, technically, in each Halo, it's because you can argue they're upgrading it. So that is avoidable because
And
each
'cause
increment,
Halo
new
5
technology.
Upgrading
Halo 5's
enemies,
in the
though.
future. It's in the future.
Upgrading enemies gear, yes.
Because it's in the
Better,
Looks, though?
looks always no, and that's what I was going to say. But graphics changes.
Yeah.
Things change.
True, but changing the way that, like, arms are, now they have, like, spikes and shit coming
They've
out of
always
them.
had
Their
spikes on.
fingers are different.
Well, it's because
Jackals have changed completely over the game.
Jackals have changed a
Yeah.
lot. I think
Yeah.
the
Halo
ones who
4 and
changed the
Halo
most.
5, they're kind of the same.
Yeah, Jekyll's changed a lot though from Halo
From
1.
3 to 4.
Oh,
3
from
to
3
4,
is
it was a
huge.
complete like
3 to 4, everybody changes.
But I think it's just they wanted more detail. They wanted to grow. I don't know.
They wanted to make their own.
Yeah, they wanted to make it their own unique. To be honest, though, it doesn't bother me though, which is weird. I don't. It doesn't bother me. You know what? But I miss the brutes though, because the thing about the brutes
No.
is it added more. Like for me, like the only thing I don't like about the Prometheans is I feel like I'm fighting the same fight all the time. Whereas, like,
MLP shit.
yeah, and like the other, and I don't like that. I don't like how hard they are to kill. I wish, for me too. Okay, so again, what I would have changed in Halo 5 campaign is
Less
the bad
crawlers?
guys more, but less strength.
Yeah.
There was more of them. Like I want to sit there and I just want.
Yeah, like the regular warriors are tough as shit without armor.
They're super hard. They're super hard,
Well,
and I
it's,
don't like that. I would rather deal with 12 of them, where you can just blah 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 dead.
Like the Knights used to be.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
the Knights are the worst.
Now the
fucking
knights
thing
are
ever.
the elite, and they've got armor pieces.
You know what's funny is they're easier to kill though. than
Yeah,
the other
you
ones.
just shoot the 2 armor pieces
You only
off.
need to shoot one.
Yeah.
Because then it screams at you, and if you shoot it, you gotta make sure you have ammo. But if you shoot about half your clip into it, reload, shoot again. When it blows off, he'll look at you and scream at you, and you gotta aim at his head. You can instant kill him then.
Yeah.
They're super
If
easy
their
to kill.
face ever shows up, you can kill.
Yeah. Otherwise, if you miss it, then you have to do his other shoulder, shoot him again, and then when those are gone, his mask will be on,
Then
and you gotta
the mask
shoot
off.
the living crap out of him. Then you can shoot him again.
Yeah, but the soldiers you can do with a suppressor. The suppressor's the best thing to take off their armor with.
Yeah. Well, like, blown off turrets is the best way to blow off their armor, man. You're just
Well, yeah,
saving
spike
ammo.
turrets
Yeah.
are also.
I like the weapons. I wish I felt more like a Spartan in this one. That's the only thing I didn't like it, is I didn't feel like a Spartan in this game. I felt like I was an ODST drop unit.
With a shield.
Yeah, with a shield. I felt like that. I wish I was stronger. I wish I could take more hits. And I felt like if they added more bad guys,
And my thing,
you'd feel the same.
my thing too is
and have the difficulty.
it didn't feel like a difference between Chief and Locke. Like the armor felt the same, their abilities felt the same, shields were the same.
Agreed.
When technically Spartan 2s are the best. They have the best gear, the best armor, they're faster. They felt the exact same.
Yep.
Every mission with Chief, I should have felt invincible, but I didn't.
But that's what I'm saying. Is like, I don't like Locke. Like, I didn't mind the story split. I was going to accept it, but I just didn't like it. I liked the story split in Halo 2 and 3.
It was even between Chief and Arbiter.
Yeah, when it's between the two, because they felt different.
Yeah, it was a completely different playstyle.
Yep.
But this was, you're playing the exact same, but we're only going to give you 3 missions with the guy who you've played 4 games with, and the rest is with this new team.
Yeah. Because I think how it worked out was in Halo 2, the Master Chief's shield was weaker, but he had more health, even though you didn't see it. And then the Arbiter shield was stronger, but dude, if that shield was gone, you're boned.
Yeah.
That's when you had to.
I
get
miss,
invisible.
and I think we're going to see the Flood in Halo 6. Predictions right now for Halo 6. We will see the Flood again.
I don't think so.
They're on a new ring.
There's no ring.
Yeah, they just saw a legendary ending. There's a ring.
Oh, they must have. Once they drop out of slipspace, they must have. Probably Charlie Halo is what they're going to call it. Unless they.
There's another ring.
Well, there were 7 rings, and you blew up, 2 of them?
You blew up one, and you blew up the Ark, which was building another ring to replace the one that you blew up. You never blew up Delta Halo.
You didn't blow any more up after that.
Okay, so they could still do 6.
So
of them.
really, they're still flooding Delta Halo.
They're still out there.
Well, they're still flood everywhere, really. They're
Well,
just
yeah,
dormant.
they're in all the
All the rings.
test stations on the rings. So yeah.
Yeah.
But
every
Gravemine's
single
not.
ring has it. Every single ring has a flood. That's what those rings are. So
Well,
we will see
Gravemine's still alive, too.
Yeah, the Gravemine's still alive. So what I want out of Halo 6.
What?
Halo 6. I want to see Flood again. I still want to see Covenant. Obviously, we'll see those. I
I
still
don't
want
think
to
we'll see
see
Covenant.
or whatever. Just
Because
version
on
of
St.
them.
Healy, they assaulted and basically stopped the Covenant because that was their stronghold.
That was just strong, but that stopped them from succeeding though, because they were losing. Whatever the good Covenant was versus bad Covenant was winning.
No, it wasn't even
Good
that. It
Covenant.
was just freeing St. Helios from the Covenant. It was freeing the elite homeworld from the Covenant.
Okay, so whatever. So right. So,
So
now
really,
there's still
Covenant's out
Covenant.
there.
Still Covenant.
It's just the
out there.
elites that are on the homeworld are not under Covenant control.
Yeah, and so I want to see Covenant again. because I love all their characters, right? I want to see Flood again. I want to see Prometheans. I would love to see Brutes. And I want to see Flood versions of every single one.
Flood Prometheans?
Flood Prometheans.
I don't.
The
think so.
great,
I don't think
the
that can
Gravemind
happen.
finds some way for it to, in order for it to not only evolve it, to be able to create a virus digitally, so that it can digitally infect the Prometheans. So now they digitally own it as a virus, and that's kind of a thing too. Cortana, like that'd be cool.
Well, what I would like to see
That'd
out
be
of
sweet.
6 would be I don't care about the Covenant anymore. Because that's played out. They had their thing. Their hierarchy's done. I can see like small resistances being wiped out in like some Arbiter type missions. But what I want to see is the Flood come back, but the Flood are at a point of basically all of them are tied to Gravemind's, I guess you could say, sentience. It's now a what is the word? Self-aware organism. It's not a hive, just go and kill everything. They've all like evolved to the point to where they're pretty much individuals and thinking.
Sorry to
on their
interrupt. We did blow up too. At the end of Halo 3, you blew up the second ring.
No, you blew up the Ark, which was building a ring.
But I thought you blow up a ship too that's inside of it, or is that the Ark 2 that you blow up? Because what is the Gravemind on?
Gravemind.
Gravemind is on.
3,
It's on Covenant megastructure.
At
High
the end
Charity.
of at the end of 3, he is on the Ark. He's not even on the Ark, which is the thing. He's still, I think, on High Charity, which is on Halo, which I think is on Halo Delta or Delta Halo.
I have to go back and
I think
watch
on
it.
Halo. I think in Halo 3, if he's on the Ark with you, the Ark is building a new Halo, which is to replace the one that you blew up in 1.
But then
and you
again,
blow up the Ark in that Halo.
Because I thought we did the same thing with
No,
the
in
thing
Delta
about
Halo,
3.
no. In Delta Halo, you just leave. Because you just get on High Charity and leave, and you leave Cortana in Delta Halo.
no, you leave Cortana on High Charity with Gravemind,
Yeah, on High Charity. Not Delta Halo. But High Charity was orbiting Delta Halo.
which is the one you blew up.
You didn't blow up Delta Halo.
I could have sworn they
No,
were
in Halo
floating
1 in Halo
around the
1
one that blew up.
In Halo 1,
Doesn't that piss off too? That's supposed to piss off Guilty Spark.
Halo 1, you blow up the ring. At the beginning of Halo 2, they are starting out at
I'm gonna
that
go to the
broken
bathroom real quick.
Okay.
I'm gonna look this up too. But I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
ring. At the beginning of Halo 2, they start at the broken ring.
Right.
After Earth, they slipstream to Delta Halo. Because when you slipstream to Delta Halo, you kill the Prophet of Regret.
Oh, and then that's
And
when
then,
they show
then
up.
they all show up. You then go and do all the Hive stuff on High Charity. And then you
Hive.
leave... Or not Hive,
Flood.
Flood.
Getting these two games
Bungies,
confused
Bungie,
again.
Man. And then you leave on the ship that Truth is on. Back to Earth. And then you slipstream jump. No, you don't even slipstream back.
Slip space.
Goddamn. Yes, you go back to the Halo. And then you come back to Earth. No, do you even leave the Earth? I'm trying to remember. Halo 3.
Yes, because you start out on Earth because that's when the big portal to the
Ark.
Ark shows up.
Yeah, so
and
you
the
start
Flood are
Earth.
coming to Earth.
Kill the Flood on
We
Earth.
don't even know if the Flood were completely eradicated from
Yeah,
Earth.
because they glassed in Mombasa. To kill all the Flood.
Yeah, they did, because at that point they were teaming up, humans
Yeah.
and elites.
And then you
Or
then you take the
human and
portal
Covenant.
to the Ark, and then everything from then on happens on the Ark, and you blow up the Ark.
Well, you blow up the Halo that they're building,
Yeah, and
which
then it
blows
blows
up.
up the Ark.
Which, yeah.
So yeah,
But then
Delta
again, we
Halo is
don't-
still there.
We don't even know if there's more Arks, more building stations.
We don't, but that could be in Halo 6.
I don't know. Because, like I want... Kind of what I'm foreseeing happening is the Flood turning out to not really be bad guys.
Oh, you think they're gonna do what they did with the Covenant, and be like, "Hey, no, we're good. We need to help you destroy the Guardians in Cortana."
I would think so, because, I mean, if you think about it...
Well, Gravemind's out for his own.
Well, yes, Gravemind ended up sending you to the places to stop what you were after, because it also benefited him.
Yeah, because it would stop.
But then at the same
Covenant.
time, what if back in the day, I guess you could say, the Forerunners just felt like the Flood was a threat to them, and started the war, and it was just the Flood retaliating.
No, they didn't start the war. In Halo 4, the humans found the Flood. And the humans were waging war against the Flood until they found the Forerunners. Then the Forerunners started fighting the humans because they brought the Flood. Then they started fighting both the humans and the Flood, and they built the rings
Well, that doesn't
to
make any
destroy
sense.
all ancient humans and the Flood.
Well, no.
As well as themselves. Yes, that is exactly what happened in Halo 4, but no one ever got it because no one ever listened. That was the purpose of Halo 4, was to explain why the Forerunners built the rings. Because they were ancient humans who found the Flood. Oh no, who created the Flood? They either created the Flood or found the Flood. And they had to build the rings to eradicate all sentient life.
Well,
so the
I
Flood
know,
can't feed.
I know that basically the Promethean soldiers and everything are dead humans,
Yeah, ancient humans.
but I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was during the librarian. Yeah, the librarian cutscene. She explains all of it. It's there. Yeah, but I think Halo 6 is going to be... It's probably not going to happen, but it's going to be the return of the resistance of humanity. They're going to go back against the UNSC, which was what the Spartan 2s were originally built for, was to stop revolting, or the revolution that was happening. That's going to happen again. So now the Spartan 4s are going to become what the Spartan 2s were originally going to be. The Covenant's still going to be around. Cortana is going to be going after all of the planets. So there's probably going to be a lot of things going on that's just going wrong for the UNSC. And it's just going to be utter chaos. And then 3 is going to wrap everything, or 8's going to wrap everything up. 7, not 8, because this is 5.
I don't know.
Always trilogies.
I mean, we're not going to know, and probably not for another... Well...
2 years.
No, maybe 2 years, but then again, we don't know how long Halo 5 has been done. So...
What, do you think it's going to be a Fallout 4? It's going to be been in production since Halo 5 or Halo 4 has been started?
Well, no, 5 had been started pretty much since they got the technology for the console down, but... I mean, they could have started 6 right after they finished 5, and they were just doing polishing stuff and dedicated a couple of people on the team to finishing it. So, I mean, I don't want to see it happen, but we could already see something for Halo 6 next year.
You know what else thinks going to happen? Is you're going to kill Cortana, but Halsey's going to make another Cortana.
Well, didn't it show Halsey with another Cortana?
Yeah, at the beginning, but I think that was Fall of Reach.
But she was still old as shit.
I know, that's why it's weird, but I think that was Fall of Reach.
I don't think, because Halsey was...
She had her arm.
She was young. Granted, yes, she had her arm.
She had her arm, which means it must have happened between Halo and Halo 4. If you're talking that, unless it happened during Fall of Reach, and they just decided to make her old because they wanted her to have white hair when she was...
I don't think so, because even in the new Fall of Reach...
Yeah,
basically
she's
mini-series
got her black
that
hair.
she's young and she has her black hair. So I think maybe when she was working with what's his face, she made another one.
Joel M. Dama?
Yeah.
No, because she wasn't in... Well, I guess she could have been.
Yeah.
We
don't know where she was. It was obviously something UNSC, but then again, they could have made it, or they were just on an outpost and took it over from that was already there. Fucking I don't know, it doesn't explain this shit. But it was old Halsey with either the Cortana that was in the game, but it wasn't because she had the old body style. So...
No, she's now black hair.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yep. Playstyles, though, on the characters. Don't understand why they made Chief and Locke the same, but they made the other 3 different from each other.
Barely.
Really? Barely? Linda is different from every other Spartan on Osiris. She has a better mini-map. She has faster health regen and shield regen.
Who?
Linda. Did you ever play as Linda?
No, she kept fucking dying. Why would I want to play with her? She was a Spartan that always died. And plus, why would I want to pick her over Master Chief?
Because she has Norfleet. Or not, god damn, that's Borderlands 2. Norfang. She has Norfang. Norfang.
Alright.
So yeah, no, so you're gonna blow up Delta Halo.
I know. That's what I said.
Yeah. Well, I know, I was agreeing with you.
So consensus for Halo 5. Pass, buy.
I would buy it. I feel like it's a $60 game for sure.
Yeah.
Multiplayer, super balanced. It's back to the competitive level it needs to be. It's wanting more, but the thing about it is that they're going to add more to it, and they said they're going to add more gameplays. They already have today. They've already
And free maps.
Free maps. They've already released shotguns and shotties and snipes today. Adding gameplays and Warzone's a lot of fun. Campaign. So multiplayer, 10 out of 10. I think it's one of the best multiplayers since Halo 2. I actually like it probably more than Halo 3. Campaign-wise, 7 out of 10. Storyline was really cool. I liked it. Made sense to me. Didn't like the gameplay, though, as much when it came to the campaign, and didn't like fighting the same boss once, then twice for 2 times. So in the end, you fought him 6 times. You literally fight that boss 6 times.
Yep.
And
Don't like that. Actually, no, you fight 7 times.
3, 4, 5, no 6.
No, because you fight him once against the Arbiter. With the Arbiter, remember the Arbiter helps you out?
Yeah.
You fight him again there.
That's right, because they're in that same healing mission.
Yep.
Okay,
And then
yeah.
you fight him 8 times.
What's the 8th time?
Because you're on your way to Cortana. The first time you land on whatever the thing it is, he's
You
there.
don't actually fight him.
Yeah, she pulls him
She
away.
pulls him away.
Yeah, but you still shoot at him and some
No.
of that.
You don't.
You don't have to shoot him.
You don't have to. It's not a boss.
Maybe I was, and then when I
You're
finally
like,
got for it, wasted so much ammo. All right, but you still fight him 7 times then, because
Yeah.
once there, then you fight him when there's 2 of them, then you fight him again when there's 1 of them, then you fight him when there's 3 of them. So literally 7 times, too much. New stuff. Just make more characters, make a larger room, give me things to go unlock and buttons to pull and levers to pull. I'd rather deal with that.
Yep. I wanted a scarab in this game.
Yeah.
Didn't get one.
It's because you got the Kraken.
I
Which is
couldn't.
not even a part of the words.
Yeah, I couldn't sit in it. I couldn't pilot it. I couldn't shoot any of the guns. Well, the turrets,
you
but
never did that with the Scarab.
yeah, you could.
You
You could
Third
drive.
one.
Yeah, you could
No.
drive it in 3.
No, you couldn't.
Yes, you could.
No.
Yes, because you had to use the scarab to kill other scarabs when you were on the Ark.
Yeah, dude, that's the best part. You gotta find this. You don't remember fighting Scarab? That's like playing Gears of War 2 and I remember
Yeah,
playing
when you're
as the
fighting
Tyrannosaurus.
scarabs on the Ark, you're either in a ghost. No, you're in tanks. You're in scorpions when you're fighting the scarab.
You can get in the scarab.
I swear,
Yeah,
I'll
you
have to
can
relook it
get
up.
in the scarab, but you can't drive it.
I swear to God,
You never
don't.
drive a scarab in
Yes,
any
you do.
Yeah, and then
I
you had
remember
someone
walking
flying,
over shit.
piloting, like someone as that Banshee was
Yeah.
give you cover.
Okay, you're taught Banshees giving cover is Halo 2 before
No,
you
Halo
fight
3.
Tartarus.
No,
and
Halo
it's
3, we're talking about
Johnson
Halo 3.
piloting the scarab.
No, we're talking about Halo 3.
I know
Halo
you're talking
3.
about Halo 3, but you never piloted
Guaranteed.
the scarab.
I'll have to remember it.
Right?
Anyways.
Look it up right now.
I gotta stop saying that.
What do you think?
What do you think?
What do I think? I think campaign was fine. Was not a lot of explanation about anything.
Left for
really.
wanting, for sure.
Yeah, like there's a lot of
I expect a book after this. That's
open-ended
why.
stuff. Well, there's always a book after the games.
There wasn't a book after 4.
I bet
Comics.
Yeah.
Comics.
Oh.
Still,
Whoa!
Still storyline driven.
It's graphic novels, bro.
I know. I've got them, but still.
I mean,
What would you rate the campaign?
I would rate it as probably a 7.5.
Okay.
Like playing as Spartan, Locke, and Chief, they play the same, yeah, and you played Locke more than Chief, which sucked, but it was understandable because it was character development and standing in the universe. Because you had 4 games with Chief, so you knew what Chief was, and you knew how he acted, but you never seen Locke as a Spartan. So they were trying to show how he acts and what his like mentality is, I guess, towards the situation that's at hand.
You know what I also thought they could do without? Just throwing this out there real quick. Those missions where it was just go talk to some people and find some
The
intel.
Hub Worlds?
Yeah.
Agreed.
It's like, why do I need this?
It's because they're using it for filler time.
Yeah.
They ran out of ideas.
But still, it was like, go talk to Halsey. Okay, you talk to Halsey, go talk to Palmer. You
Now
could,
back to Halsey. Then back to Halsey again.
and then back to Halsey, and then, oh look, you're already on the next mission.
Next mission. I
It's
didn't
like-
like them.
Yeah.
They could have. That's when they could have done cutscenes.
Yeah, a cutscene. Put some more story and get some more character
Let me play
development.
some scenes that could have been cutscene. How much fun would have been if, like, the first mission, you literally land on the slopes and your character's still running down automatically without you controlling it,
But you're firing?
but you're shooting and shooting and you gotta jump over things.
That'd be
How
awesome.
fun would that have been? How fucking fun would that have been?
You thinking about that mission? The one where you fight the 2 scarabs
No.
with the Hornet? Or are you talking about the mission where you're in the scarab tank? Or were you in the Scorpion?
Not
fighting
Halo.
The Scarab?
No.
Those are both Halo 3.
Maybe it is.
You never piloted a Scarab in any of
That's
the Halo
unfortunate.
games. You
I
piloted
could've sworn that you
Scorpions
piloted.
and Hornets.
Could have sworn that you piloted the Scarab.
The only person that has ever piloted a Scarab besides the Covenant was Johnson at the end of Halo 2 when you were flying the Banshee.
The door's locked. Well, I got a big key or something like that for it.
And then you fly the Banshee into the side of the wall and get it in and kill Tartarus with it.
Yep.
But you can't do that.
And you guys haven't played multiplayer yet, have you?
No.
So you can't remember.
Wanted to try.
I did the beta though.
Yeah, I think it's still a solid Halo multiplayer.
Yeah, I'd give it a 6.7.
The campaign?
Campaign, yeah.
Sure.
Just because I didn't like the hub missions, it was. I could tell no difference between Chief and Locke.
Sure.
I wanted more Chief. I could have done half Locke, half Chief, and still gotten the exact same story. And I felt like it could have used, to be honest, more explanation, more cutscenes.
Yeah.
Give me more story.
But in hindsight, remember who left Destiny? The lead writer. Where did he go? Microsoft. What do you think he's probably working on right now? Halo 6, baby.
Yep.
That storyline's going to be so good. Halo 6 is going to be so
Halo
good.
6 is probably going to be the new Halo 2.
Yeah, I would not be shocked if that was true. Because they have the lead
And it would
writer
be even
back.
better if you played as the Arbiter in Halo 6. Locke, Chief, and Arbiter.
It'd be fun to split it up. I don't mind that. Like, I played a lot as Chief, as you said.
8-player co-op.
That's
just silly.
No, that's it. Yeah, you're just...
Really?
It could happen.
8-player?
You're here? We need you here on the
I'm just
co-op
saying,
part.
8-player co-op.
No
What
one
are-
can find 8 friends.
What are
to
we, an
sit
MMO
down.
now?
Oh my.
Halo MMO confirmed. Halo
Halo,
6.
confirmed. Hashtag Halo Momo. Momo.
MMO RPG.
Momo. Oh, dude, I can't wait for Halo Wars, by the way. Alright,
Really, Halo Wars?
I loved it, dude. Did you ever play it?
I liked it.
I played
Cutscenes
I
were
loved
fantastic.
it. The storyline's great. You learn a lot about some new Spartans. They were badass.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when they fought all those elites. I was like, no big deal. And this is back in the day when elites were badass, right?
And now they're just
Now
playing
you're just
fodder.
like, yeah, you're like, oh yeah, whatever, elite, right? But no, but this is back when elites were like, oh shit, elites.
I didn't like the playstyle of it.
It's RTS!
I love RTSs. I am a fan of
on
Dawn
a
of War.
console!
Yeah, I didn't like the way it played.
You can
the way it
argue
felt.
that, but it played...
Guess what?
RTS,
Halo Wars 2 is going to have mouse and keyboard support. So get your fix on
I'm pretty excited for
PC
that.
elitist.
I'm pretty excited.
I'm not a PC.
For a console RTS, it's the best console RTS. I played Red Alerts, all the consoles,
Supreme Commander.
correct. And they did, was it StarCraft 1 on the N64? Or did they do StarCraft 2?
I don't think they did StarCraft.
Oh, no, not StarCraft 2, sorry. No, they had StarCraft on the 64. Dead serious.
Hey guys, thanks for checking out part 1 of Let's Talk. I do have links to the other parts here above me and here below me. So be sure to check them out. Be sure to watch them. Be sure to like and subscribe. Stay tuned, guys. We're going to be doing a lot more of this, and we would love to hear from you. Give us some topics to choose from. Let us know what you want us to talk about. See if our opinions or how we feel about them match yours. Let us know if they differ. Let us know why. We're always looking for new stuff, guys. Like I said, be sure to check them out. It's a click away.